There we go. Right. My apologies about that. We are now back. Again, I am new to this, so apologies if you are watching and then saw the stream end. I am back from my break and just getting used to all the programs and stuff. Like I've said before in the previous videos, I am new to this, so to be sat here trying to get this all to work, it has been a little difficult at times. Like I say, I am new to this, so I am trying to get everything up and running smoothly. Once I've got a process involved, my professionalism will turn around and increase, obviously. But yeah, just getting used to the Twitch studio, getting set up. I do need to resolve why alt tabbing out of game is not capturing the main screen, and so deciding to go to my other screen, and need to find out why alt tabbing out of Star Citizen is pushing all of my other programs across to the other screen so that you can all see it, which obviously security wise is not the best. But we are back. I am back. Like I mentioned in the end of the previous stream that's now just been restarted, trusty phone, so if you want to chat, by all means feel free. I will be able to respond. I don't mind dipping in and out to be able to chat to people when I notice that there are chats coming in. Like I mentioned before, like, subscribe, share, follow here on YouTube, on my Discord. The links are all on my Twitch channel below. So here we are in Star Citizen. I am currently at, I believe, Seraphim. Look at the old trusty map. Yep, down at Crusader. Here we go. So I am once again probably tonight just have a casual play. That will probably involve me checking out the confiscated contraband mission. Is it priority? Yeah, it's in priority. Today is over at Microtech. I might accept that in a bit, but I am tempted to do that, or potentially some salvage. I think we might start off with some salvage because that is one. It's easy to do, and also it's
Your insurance claim has been sent.
not just easy to do; it's quite therapeutic as well. I do love the old mining lasers and such. So we shall see how it goes tonight. By all means, leave your comments on chat. Be interested to see it here and see your thoughts on, excuse me, on this beautiful, beautiful space simulator. Again, Star Citizen is an alpha. It's been in development for what, 13, 14 years now. See, it can be quite glitchy and buggy at times. I do keep up, or I am trying now to keep up with the development of the game and the new things that are coming. I do have access to the EPTU, which is the test server, which is currently in Wave 1. And I have utilized some of the StarFab, I think it's StarFab, tools that allow a user to basically unpack the P4K game file. It's around 107 gig at the minute. But once it's unpacked, it's taken up a secondary hard drive, tertiary hard drive, sorry, on my PC that expands to around 350, 360 gig. In doing that, I've found that the game tree is packed the way it is. I can see why it's so unbelievably complex. The files for most of the components, most of the models that you see, most of the inventory, HUD, overlays, etc. There are two different versions of the compression that this game uses, and then on top of that, we also have the game is currently also compressed into this P4K file, which, if anyone's ever used a zip file or compression file of any kind, which you most likely have, it's incredibly difficult, as you've probably experienced, being able to read and write a file to a compression file as it's being both packed and unpacked, both the file within, is the compression, and then also out of what you're trying to use it. You can't really do 2 or 3 functions at once. That's what this game does in its game engine when it's running. On top of that, not only is it doing it locally, from what I can understand, it's also doing it in the persistent universe, which is through networking and on the servers. So everything on their back end is working in these compression files for all of the models and such, whilst the server plays, whilst you play, and then to interlink everyone who's in the persistent universe. So just with that technology alone, you can understand or start to appreciate why this game has quite a few glitches and bugs that a lot of the player base is encountering in the live version, which is where I'm at today. I'm playing in the live server, and that's the stuff that a lot of people are obviously complaining about and trying to feed back and what have you to the devs. Some of it, or a lot of it in the community, isn't that constructive. It can be quite a toxic place, and there's quite a lot of toxicity to read, which I can appreciate for the players who have pumped a lot of money into the game to be able to play this. So I appreciate that that is the case. Oops, that split. Yes, it did. E4 ammo. I want E8 ammo. So yeah, I can appreciate why there are issues with the game. However, I will state this. With my current setup, with the options I have both in the game and outside the game with my hardware, I have pretty stable, consistent frame rate, where this game looks pretty good. And the glitches and bugs that I have encountered since playing this and now starting to stream this, as you will see, are very few and far between. So my assumption and my opinion is that there are a lot of things with regards to user error on the local side that causes some of these issues, which, you know, is fair enough if you just want to get in the game and crack on and go. However, that I don't think necessitates some of the comments and thoughts and opinions that a lot of people have, where they are just scratching these issues on the surface and don't necessarily have the correct information or understanding of how game engines work, how the files of this game in particular work locally, as well as their response and interaction with each other, other players, the assets in the game, the networking and such like, when it comes to playing the game, which, when they rear their head, obviously can be frustrating. But I don't think that all of the comments are necessary, or necessarily, sorry, correct in their viewpoint with that understanding. And I think they're doing a great disservice to what this game actually achieves with regards to gameplay and how it runs and such like. So, enough of the techno babble. Let's crack on. I'm just going to kit my guy out because prior to my break in the previous video on stream, I have been mucking around technical issues, stream issues with the programs and stuff that are being used, my alt tab issue, etc. Just getting everything set up. It will become more and more seamless. You know, I'm doing everything all by mouse and keyboard. So, you know, I'm at a disadvantage in some respects. Obviously, I'm new to streaming as well. I've only been doing it the past week or so. So, you know, I'm learning as I go. So I hope you can appreciate that perhaps I'm not necessarily as au fait as I should be or could be with regards to this game and streaming it. But I love it that much. I want people to enjoy what they see. I want to be able to get people involved and have a positive experience, or if you're doing research about the game, to be able to have a better, more rounded, more neutral and biased response with regards to the game as a whole, or on the whole. How it runs, how it looks, what you can do, and hopefully entice new players to the game with a slightly more nuanced understanding of what to expect with regards to how to run it, how to play, you know, and also it's a game, man. Like, just to have some bloody fun. It's probably not the best game to start off streaming to build an audience. Again, I'm not really in it for the money, I guess. I am more wanting to just do it for the experience. Oh, that's a good point. What do I need? I've got med pen. I've got. Yes, ammo. That's what we're going for. Some ammo. Have I got some ammo with me? As you can see, there's a glitch. We've got the camera angle is behind the screen. You have to pull away because of where it sits when you go into your inventory, obviously. But yes, I've got some items here that are all placeholders. That item is dead. That item is dead. Turning back. Some stuff's loading, some stuff isn't. That's okay. I'm not too fussed. I have got some. Okay. Pistol ammo that's on this side. We've got the ammo for the gun on the back, and I now need to go find some tractor beam tools, either the pyro multi-tool, or the max light tractor, which I believe I can get from the cargo area on here. I'm still learning places that I can get stuff, compared to the guys that I play with in Discord. All of them have gone offline because, you know, have jobs and such. I'm fortunate enough to have a lot of time on my hands, and my move into wanting to be self-employed. Can't jump up there. And build a media company based around my various skills as a musician, both compositionally and as a guitarist and a producer. You can see my guitar collection behind me. I am hoping to be able to present my skills to be utilized as services for people, but I am also looking to create content, whether it be videos outside of gaming, to be put up on my YouTube channel, or live streaming music stuff on stream. I've not quite set things up to do that just yet. However, that's where I'm heading. That's what I would like to do. So I'm hoping that I can achieve that. It's a slow process. I'm only one person, no outside help and all the rest of it. So I am looking to do that in the future. So again, any assistance, help, advice, tips, tricks, very much appreciated. So yeah, that's where I stand at the moment as a person with what I'm doing. So, you know, I might be new, but I am looking to. That's what I'm looking to achieve, basically. Which hopefully growing a community and having followers and such like. That's why I ask for you to like, share, subscribe, follow me on all my handle channels that are on this page. You should be able to see link-wise. So I am hoping that appeals and that people will hopefully start to follow me. That'd be nice. That one. Yes, it is there. Cool. It's now attached. But yeah, let's get into some gaming, shall we? So now that I've got my loadout, that I'm after. And I'll go downstairs. My ship is ready for me. I'm pulling out Drake Vulture. Let's do a quick overview back at the ASOC machine that you'll have already seen when I pulled the ship out. Here we go.
Welcome to the ASOP.
So these are the ships I own in the game currently in live. Fortunately, I will probably lose some of these. Coming. That will probably be for 3.23 when it drops, which isn't a problem. Why have I got issues? Looking is for sure. Let's do this. Let's do this. Because I now have 5. Okay. So I now need to just very quickly while I'm here set see disconnection protection on. There we go. Right, so now that the protection's on, hopefully I'm not going to end up losing the stream. It's obviously not ideal for sure, but what can you do? And yep, okay, that's working. Cool. So yeah, hopefully that will now not tank. Anyway, where was I? So, the Titan is the first ship that I purchased. For anyone who's interested in this game, you can download it, but only after you've purchased or pledged a game pack, which you require to, 1, get access to the game to download, and 2, so you've got a first ship to roam around in. There are some selections of different packs. I'm not quite sure what they are right now because I'm not so au fait in that. We can talk about that on another stream. But yeah, this is the selection of vehicles that I have. The Titan is one that I own. The rest, yes, I own them in the game, but I bought them with in-game currency. So they will disappear on a wipe for an update. My plan is to obviously I'm going to keep the Titan. My next is to go and purchase the cutter, because I think with those 2 ships as standard purchased, you can do most of the missions solo and earn in-game currency to then purchase the rest of the ships. The MPOV cargo by Argo I got as a free gift for completing Illuminalia, not last year, the year before, when I first joined on Star Citizen, when it was back at 3.17 or 3.18 version. So that was a free ship that cannot be taken off me, so that's another one I won't lose. But I plan on using that, melting it, to get the cutter at a later date. But for this, I'm going to take out, or have already got on the pad, the Vulture, which is what I'm going to get in now to go and do some salvage to earn some more in-game credits. And let's go do that. Let's go to, what was it, Hangar 3, to Hangar 3, and get this on the road. Go coming out into the hangar bay. My beautiful ship. Isn't she gorgeous? This is one I will have to repurchase when the wipe comes. This is designed for salvaging, and pretty much salvaging only. It's what I recommend, and what a lot of people recommend. If you want to turn around and earn in-game credits pretty quickly, the Vulture is your first go-to point of call. So that's what I intend to do. Let's put out in my hand just to make sure that you're there. There she is. Let's customize it because we've got on here the tractor beam back. So when it's like this, we can tractor beam the boxes that this ship will produce out of here and put them into this grid that will be snappable. Let's hold on. So hopefully if I press 4, no, okay, it's not assigning to my signing. Oh, because you're now try number 5. No, doesn't want to do that. Okay. So there you go. There's our first set of issues. Today, this does not want to equip in my hand and be my tractor beam. Now usually this assigns to Tech 4, which usually means that my keybind for it is chain. So let's have a look. All select gadget 4. Let melee is 5. Got I. Letter I. It is. Isn't. That's what that's going to be. I select that. Oh no. Find that. Okay. So let's return to game. Let's do this. Okay, so the bindings at the moment don't seem to want to work for me. Interesting. That's a little bit annoying that I can't pull that out. That is broken for me there. So can we change targeting tool? Apparently not. That's probably why. Extract lift to make sure we've got it, but so that I can pull it out. Let's see if that helps. Yeah, there you go. It's because I had the max tractor. So see, there's one bug we've just found, where if you've got a max tractor on your backpack, it overrides being keybind 4 to pull in and out your tool, which is a shame because we need that ideally to be able to select stuff quickly. So that's a bug. I'll have to remember that. You've got the max tractor tool on. Press the power button, U, turn the thrusters on, which is I. Okay, cool. So then we'll N. Cool. We are clear to launch. Before we do, we're going to go take a contract. Now, that's the point. We'll go to the map again. Anywhere around Arc Core or potentially Hurston. over here, anywhere between these two. So her L5, her L1, crew L3, Arc 1, Arc 2, and anywhere around here. These are the best. This is the best section of space to do salvage missions, and the reason for that is Hurston and Arc Core have the most easily accessible TDD. Now the TDD in this game is where you can refine and sell. It's the best place to access the salvage, or the sale of the salvage of materials that we're about to do when we salvage a ship. So at least that's the advice I've been given by the guys in the Discord. So that's what I do. I will set the route to go to Arc Core, and I'm going to see about getting either Arc L1, Arc L2, or towards either of these. Through L4, Arc L5. So this sort of triangular area. This is where I want to be looking at, excuse me, contracts to be able to salvage. Basically, we go to the salvage tab, start at the bottom, cheapest. What have we got? Mick L2, no. Mick L2, no. Arc L1, that's not too bad. I think L1 is, yeah, we're going to do that Arc L1. Arc L1 and Arc L3. So there's two vanguards there. Let's go and salvage the Vanguard Harbinger, purely because one, it's closer, and two, it's ship I own with in-game currency. So that's what we'll do. Bracket, although we don't need to because we just got there. Left bracket because we're using it again, even though we don't have to. But, right, now we're ready. Turn the down, down. Alt and N is to open the doors. We're going to Alt C, puts a little X on the thrust, which I am now increasing. Here we get at the station. F4. Oh look, my door's open. Fantastic. So to shut that, we hold F, we click both mouse buttons, and we're going to toggle the doors. Hopefully, yeah, that shut it. So we'll just make sure that the route is set. It's not, it's was, but it won't work because that's another bug that's known. If you set a route from inside your hangar, sometimes it doesn't work to get over to your station. And then also, as you can see, sometimes trying to get to these places can be a bit difficult, purely because the map zoom, it can be a little janky at times for zooming in. Sometimes you can zoom in quite close depending on the angle. There we go, double clicking, but then the clipping sort of engages. So there are a couple of issues still in live that need tidying up that will probably come with the next update. It's 3.21. That's what everyone's testing over the EPTU, which again we can attempt to see with the comms how many people are currently online if we go to, oh no, this is turned off. Okay, we've now lost channels, the global chat. I've fully turned it off and the chat on. Nope, chat I think has currently been disabled. Okay, so that sucks that chat currently working. Chat broken. Yes, I think chat's currently broken for me. So just double check with console. We've got the server FPS. Server FPS is static at 8.5. Some issues with server, which is a bit of a shame. let's get ourselves in position. Go. Oh, boosted a bit too much to get one, get up to speed, two, get in the right direction. So next I'm going to press the B key, which engages the quantum drive, Q2. We'll let this turn around and lock. So we've got the lock calibration, and get there up the left hand side of the reticle, and then we've got the quantum drive engagement for power on the top, I believe, which if we now hold B, now it's engaged. Boom. Let's watch it engage. Boom. Oh, a little bit of model clip there on the texture. Probably. Beautiful. Yeah, I've got the info up in the top right. As you can see, I'm hitting 60 frames roughly, there or thereabouts on average. Which ain't too bad. You look about halfway down, or just above halfway down the list, there's a server FPS that fluctuates. That average you want to be as high as possible. I think I mentioned it before in a previous video. The FPS unfortunately also directly relates to or multiplies the scalability of the AI in this game. So the faster the FPS, i.e. the higher the rating, the harder the enemies. I'm sure that'll end up being resolved as well at some point, but again, it's an alpha build of a game, even in the live playable server. And as a result, it tends to not, it doesn't have optimization in it, or not that much in the way of the game. So it can, there are, like I say, issues, glitches and bugs here and there, but nothing that isn't livable and manageable. And nothing that doesn't make it still fun, basically. Purely because some of the glitches and stuff in this game are absolutely fucking hilarious. So we don't mind that. Plus, I mean, look at incredible. It is so beautiful. It's amazing and expansive. Wow. Anyway, let's enough mucking around on the ship. Stick ourselves here. Briefly the audio by 2. Zoom does follow. Yes, eventually in game, I do want to include some viewer involvement, follower involvement as the community builds, so that we can turn around and, like other streamers, you'll be able to vote on some of the things that I can do in game once I've pulled out missions and such. To be able to do, you'll be able to vote on what I should do next. But like I say, that'll be forthcoming as I get more and more confident and involved in the streaming side of things and get stuff set up. So, oh, excuse me, a little yawn. It's probably from the cigarette and the lack of oxygen. Something that's incredibly important in this game is oxygen. You don't want to be outside with no helmet or armor. You'll die very quickly. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, once we're auto traveling, we are going to have a quick perusal and ganders. Ship. You've got a bed you can lie and sit down at. You can log out on the bed. You've seen the cargo bay area. We also have things like these panels that some of you can open, which there are modes being put in the game. Open the toilet. Sit down. Pretend to have a shit. Yep, beautiful. Boop. Get up. So, yeah. So yeah, we can auto QT there. There we are on the map. Out in the middle of fucking nowhere. That's another thing as well. When you're zooming in from your guy, if you don't unclick and take out the tracking here, you will just still auto follow even if you're not in view. So it makes it a little bit difficult sometimes to get down and dandy what we're doing and where we're heading. Makes it a little bit difficult sometimes with map view. And which I think again is very disingenuous of the to play the game, so on and so forth. So it's a little bit annoying. Anyway, coming up to the where we are? On the 20-minute mark. Stream. 10 million kilometers away. I do love how expansive this game is, just how big this system is, even though it's quite small once you get used to it and are able to travel around, you know, just a couple of minutes here and there, travel. But that's not a problem. It does make it feel a little bit grindy at times, but it's not something that, again, bothers me. If you're into your survival sims and such, this might just be in space, but it's like any of the rest. You've got to look after yourself. You've got to be able to earn your keep, earn your money. The community is pretty good if you find players in-game who are willing to help you and aren't just all about themselves. That's basically what the Discord is with the boys who feature in these streams. You'll hear from time to time. You look at any of the videos from previously. We're a funny bunch, or we like to think we're a funny bunch. Again, the conversations aren't meant to offend anyone or to piss anyone off. You know, we just have a banter and laugh. It's a bunch of guys playing a game. What do you expect? It's a form of therapy. You know, it's what guys and girls do. It's what gamers do to blow off steam and have a laugh. You know? So but that's why you'll find that this channel has the content rating, maturity, protection stuff on it. Just so that you know, it protects us a little bit with some of the things that come out of our mouths that could potentially be seen as offensive. But like I say, none of it is meant. It's all in jest. It's not necessarily our viewpoints at all, so on and so forth. We don't think that way. We are an all-inclusive bunch because, you know, you treat others how you want to be treated. All of us have some form of scale at every end of the spectrum. None of it's meant. I'm going to put that out there periodically throughout streams just so that people are made aware. If anyone does have an issue, by all means, get in touch personally. You know? Get in touch with me personally. Yeah, be a better way to deal with things. Okay. Anyway, here we are, coming up to where we need to be. Boom. We are now out of quantum travel. Making our way over. Let's set that 100 mark. Cool down going on the ship. Speeding everywhere. Again, this is just some casual play. Boom. So cool. certainly beats in Freelancer when you used to have to quantum travel. You couldn't do it by yourself. You had to use these light rings to be able to chunk. I say chunk because that was the noise it made, like to be able to get to like stations and places of interest. That was how we dipped around that map. You could still fly manually to these various places, but it's again, it was quite an expansive game for its time. It was very very difficult to cover that distance in that game, just because of how the fuel worked, or the energy, sorry, of various ships and power plants and such. So it did make it very did make it pretty expansive at the time. But in this, nah, so much. Anyway, here we are, getting towards the salvage claim, getting close, in a couple of 100 meters. Already starting to slow down. Get you in the green shortly. Slower. Still getting in at a decent pace because we don't want to end up taking too long. Here we go though. Closer. I like to come in relatively quick and then use the last thing you want to do is see this and just slam into the static ship that you're going off to reclaim. That's the last thing you want to do. Yeah, we'll see how this goes today with this salvage. Some therapy, because salvage in this game is unruly. Someone like myself who suffers with OCD and bipolar, and a little bit on the spectrum with some of the symptoms that display, it's quite a calming experience. Cheers. There's our salvage claim. So I'm going to go shoot past it and do this side first, because this is the top side of the vessel. Let's see. Yeah, oh, too far. Right, so let's turn the boost down to slowest possible notch the mouse wheel to cope with. And we're in. Cool. Hit M, change to the mining tools, which gives us a different display. To Alt D, yeah, turn that one. Change to the abrade on the right hand side, because that's the better tool on that side. That side's already on the cinch. Here. Square on. Yeah. We're within range. Start here, we'll turn off that. We'll hit right shift so that we can't move the ship. We are now locked. And we're going to engage. Here we go. Hit the fire key. Off we go. Hit G for the gimbal. Just going to scrape the entirety of the hull. Which, if you look in the bottom right of the HUD in the first window of this ship, underneath the right hand side scraping icon, surface icon, you can see the skew depot. I don't know why they call it a depot, because it's your ship's buffer. Basically, I can hold 13 skew, which is the size of the box for the material that this ship can hold. I can hold 13 skew in one go, which is the boxes of the grid. artificially skew of material. But as you will see when we've finished scraping this ship, if we are able to scrape the whole lot of it and it goes over the limit, you don't have to place everything in that cargo grid and have it be snappable so that it's in place, solid, so it doesn't float around. You can, if you've got the space and the boxes fit, shove them down the side. You know, you don't have to conform to the box. You just might have boxes that might fly around, depending on the kind of maneuvers you're doing, the thrusting and so on and so forth. So it can present an issue with regards to safety. One, if anyone's on board, because they could be hit by a box and that can take them out. They can get stuck underneath it, get crushed, get killed, whatever. Or it can damage the inside of your ship, which actually does convert to damage of your ship. So, I mean, obviously it's internal, so it's not too bad. Hole in the hull. If it does, you're going goodbye. You're going good night. Ship is going to die. You're going to explode. You'll be stuck in space, or potentially just dead. So, you know, you've got to be careful about some things. This is simulation on a different level. It really is. Which I love and enjoy. And I hope the people that click on this to check this game out, if you don't know of it, just checking it out for the first time, I hope as an amateur / noob player we can enjoy this game as that. I only say that because, you know, I haven't been playing anywhere near as long as some of the other main streamers who stream this game, or the guys that I play with on the Discord. They're all within, you know, 2 years plus of playing the game for the most part. Fingers, whose Discord we actually do play in when I'm streaming with them. He's been in this game since 2014, which wouldn't surprise me for some of the other streamers that are online. They've probably explained how long they've been streaming for. They know the game inside out, and all of its foibles and so on and so forth. So, you know, I'm learning very quickly. Very, very quickly. I am fully invested into this game. And again, I want to be able to bring that kind of content to players that aren't just fans of the game, or, you know the game very well. I would very much like to help target in new and amateur players, so that we can learn, play, live and breathe this thing together, you know. So we'll see. I also hope that just watching this game, it's a very pretty game to sit and watch if you like watching games or like watching streams. Might not necessarily be incredibly exciting, some of the things that I end up getting up to. I mean, each to their own, but just for looking at a game, it is astronomical. You'd be hard pressed to find games that are just as pretty as it is. There's just something about this game that really does tick all the boxes for me, and I hope it does for you guys too. We'll see how things go, hey? Anyway, let's carry on scraping this. As you can see, the two blue bars, balls, circles, either side the scrape show how much material is over the section that I'm currently trying to scrape. Obviously it starts off at 100% for the most part, and then I'm scraping it down to nothing. Fills up my buffer on cover more of the ship, that lovely juicy material. Let's just get these wingtips. There are some elements of the ships, just because of the way the model was built and the angles and such, that don't scrape, and they can be pieces like, see this section here that's part of the engine, it says no material. We can't scrape that, we can only scrape the surfaces that it allows us. But eventually you'll be able to take these pieces off the ship, or these sections, and if they have a component in them, like a shield generator or a cooler, quantum drive, etc. Instead of just scraping for materials, you'll be able to take in those components if you've got the space, and then you'll have the component itself to either use and put on a ship, or be able to sell the component back at a station or planet side, whatever. Which I think is a cool addition for sure. How long it'll be before that kind of function's in yet? I mean, I know it's been spoken about, and I know that it's been covered, but I don't think it's coming just yet. There are other things that are being put in the game first. I assume because, you know, certain steps need to be taken so that the coding and the compilation of the game works before those kind of functions are put in, and just because they'll then have the back end and the support underneath them. Rotation. Okay, cool. So let's return the gimbal back to center point. Okay. Now we're on. Keep scraping, but rotate around the ship. Do a side view. Scrape these. It's this side. Miss anything? It's gimbal mode. Very akin, has been mentioned before in videos by the other players, and I now fully agree with it myself. That this is very similar to this section of the game. Anyway, it's very similar to Power Wash or Jet Wash Simulator. Obviously, I see this. Understand why I find it therapeutic now. Repetitive motion, repetitive movements and such like. Plus the sound alone, what a cool sound. Scraping a hole, collecting the material, you know, very, very pleasing. It's just something about the sound design that in this game I think they've got absolutely spot on. Again, partly why I used their tools that are on their website, that were developed through, I assume, the devs and a couple of other teams, like through the years since this thing has been going, to be able to unpack the game P4K file, to be able to have access to this asset. Again, not to do anything malicious. There is an easy anti-cheat system in this, so you can't just modify files and inject them into the game. They'd be checked server side with the linking and the meshing anyway. That's not the intention. The intention is, one, to see how this game is constructed and put together, to again help debug and test and recognize when issues are likely to occur, and if they do occur, what kind of effects they are likely to have whilst playing. But also to be able to you know, help develop, and hopefully in the future I can see this, as I've mentioned in the previous video when I was talking to Grumpy before he disappeared. I really do believe this game has the potential for a huge modding community once people wrap their heads around, again, how this game is built when it's in a stable version, to be able to make components vehicles, armor sets, character stuff, you know, stations, and help populate the universe, you know. I don't think it'd be, if you've got a grasp of that kind of thing and you've got the hardware and the machine to be able to do that kind of thing, I mean, why not, you know? I mean, I used to do it with games back in the day, definitely modified and customized a lot of games. Again, a lot of them were offline games. They were single player sim stuff, you know, like your Formula 1 race games like Grand Prix 2, Grand Prix 3, Grand Prix 4, some of the F1 series by EA as well. You know, so, Unreal Tournament, that was a good, it's probably where my modding and most people's modding started, because when they ended up giving you, with Unreal Tournament, the Unreal editor that was baked into that game, so you could build maps and so on. That was really where it truly started for me, for a modders community, being able to understand how a game is built and what you need to do as a end user and as a gamer, as a player, to be able to modify a game and put your own components in, or to be able to add in other people's mods, you know. That really interested me and really was like eye-opening as a kid and as a teen to the joys of what games could be, where instead of it just being something you bought, it was something you could fully interact with, so fully make your own. That was really enjoyable. So yeah, I really do see the opportunity with this game and its game engine that will be possible in the future. Obviously, I don't necessarily see it happening now. Things are pretty tied up, and it's not a release; it's alpha and kind of beta-ish sort of stage as well. But yeah, I do see a heck of a lot of potential for the modding community to get on this and really make things their own. I mean, I'd love to see organisations within the game, because you will need to be in an organisation, I think, to run some of the ships with some of the things that they are putting in this game. You know, some of them need like a minimum complement crew to run, where people will need to have specific roles to run these ships, whether it's mining, whether it's salvage, whether it's doing a bunker run, whether it's doing a protection mission, personal stuff, you know, full on freelance your skills and abilities out there with the right kind of ship and such. Yeah, you're gonna definitely need to have the right people on board to make sure you survive in this game. I don't think they'll remove the element of the fact that you can still run a ship solo. I just think that your abilities will be severely nerfed in that instance, but it will be scalable, you know. I don't think it's going to be too terrible. It's just for now, as things are, it's definitely playable as a single player game. There are some instances where you do need a team, you do need help, you do need backup. Some things you just can't do solo unless you really take your time, you know, so you really can't rush some things in this game. But that's part of the joy, you know. I think the whole survival thing of having to look after yourself, feed and water yourself, make sure that you're in good health, I don't know what it's just so engrossing. And the gratification of being able to do something and complete something in the game is next level. There isn't any other game like it, really. I mean, a lot of people mention No Man's Sky, but people mention Starfield. Obviously, it's quite a recent AAA game from my publisher, but you know what? I really don't care about that hype. This is the game for me, and I think a lot of people agree. And I'm hoping that a lot of people who come see this channel also agree, and would like to get involved, would like to start up, etc. So yeah, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend people get on it. I really do. Anyway, as you can see, or saw a couple minutes ago, we have scraped what we need to off this ship, this space boat. So I am hoping that, with it having completed, got what, 7.3 out of 32. I've managed to do fill half my vessel. Okay, so we'll turn that back to G. Background. Right, so the next trick is to switch to fracture. Now this is what we use when I switch it on. What we'll do then is we'll leave that for the second. Just float here in space for the minute. Get up, the old animation. And we are going to stairs. Crouch. We slide down the old ladder. So take it. I'm going to take out the multi-tool. Oh, I don't know. Why does he stance himself? So we got what's that? Okay. Wait for the prisoner. Posted. So here's the box for the buffer. I'm going to auto eject crafting. Now, if it was any other ship, you would have more of an option here for ejecting the boxes. But that's not us today. So what we can do is whack out the multi-tool that we customised earlier with the tractor beam. I'll wait for the boxes to come out, and when they do, we grab them with the tractor beam, and as you see, snappable grid. Just make sure I do it. Okay. Now you can see how this is a clippable grid. I'm going to place some down this side so that we've actually got. See how it's free? It doesn't clip. That's what we're going to do. We're going to see how they clip in. These ones don't. Yeah, because they're now free floating, so we've got to be careful when we do this. Now, these are safe. These are a little bit more precarious. Also, I do have experienced issues of those free floating boxes. Again, because the game's a little bit glitchy. They can sometimes just warp through the floor and the walls, and you won't have actually collected them, or they'll be outside. You can put them back on your vessel. Sometimes they just don't respond though once they phase through. It's outside. Because obviously it's become a bad actor, or become a placeholder, and that's where we see the object become a memory leak, or rather the object fails because it's glitched through, which generates a memory leak of the lack of attachment to what it's supposed to be attached to, which is inside the ship. So it gets classified as being on and in the ship, actually isn't, and as a result causes it to break. Now it doesn't mean that it breaks the game necessarily, it just means that you can't interact with it. Okay, so it's not the end of the world, it's something that you sometimes just have to ignore, but it's again a 50-50 as to whether it's fully gone or whether you can interact with it and recover it, or and so on and so forth. So you've kind of got to experiment a little bit, or again, that's where it gets grindy in this game, when you're having to go out and check things to see if you can do what you're meant to do with them, because they've gone a little bit funny. Now, I'm not going to do that in this case, because why would we? You know? Yeah, not a problem. So we've now got nothing, and we're going to get 11.7 skew for fracturing this vessel, and then fully, hopefully, disintegrating it and sticking it on board. Let's see. Oh, I let go. So that's just stopped the fracturing because I got too far away. Get right up close to it. 25 meters, I think. And we'll just sit here while it does its job. Let's see how this goes. Boom. There she goes. She has now been fractured. So we turn off the fracture. We switch to disintegration. This is where we can now capture and turn it to dust to collect the skew of the ship. This is how we collect these units, like we did with the scraping of the hull. Instead of it being the textured skin for scraping, which is what the target yield is in the right hand side. Now I'm not going to fully collect 4.3, I don't think. We've already got 0.3 in the buffer, so we'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, that 3.19, and then the right engine also went. And if you, I don't know if you saw, but each of those had a minus figure. See that minus 19%? I'm going to lose 19% as I collect this. That's it. The closer you get, the more it goes up, the more you collect. There we go. We've now collected those pieces. I don't think we can collect these. Oh yes, we can. See how we're collecting them? We get closer. It collects faster, and we actually collect the pieces of materials. Let's try and collect. So yes, and when it comes to fracturing disintegration, it's all about being in the right area. Do it. They look like pieces I can't get. I think they are the missile. Yeah, they're the missile racks. Look at them. They're the missile racks that you can't collect. In fact, yeah, we can phase through those. Again, another glitch. Phase through items that we shouldn't be able to phase through, but that's just because of when you disintegrate and fracture certain ships, certain items aren't collectible. Some. So, can we get this? Yes, we can. Go. There we go. So now we've got destination 4. We can turn that off. Then we go back to fracture. Make sure if we click. No, we go back to down. We go back to them. To the mining modules. Cool. Let's stick shift on. Amongst hanging in space. Go. Yes. Third person to see. Crouch. He just slides down the ladder. Oh, I just got up because I was facing the ladder as I pressed turn and at the top. Hold crouch and down. Slides down the ladder. So here we go. We have 12.6 construction material. Oh, only 0.38 in recycled composites. That's good. Like top items. Stick that there. So it comes buffer. there. Bit with the clipping, what it's there for, I think, anyway. Let's resolve to fill the back of the vulture. Much material as possible to make the trip worthwhile. Eight of 13 left. 8 more boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can get 6 in this row. 4 clippable, 2 non, which will leave 1 on the conveyor belt. And that. To do that, I've just lost a box. See how that just clipped outside? It's just disappeared. Well, mind. It's that box. Never mind. No. Rotate that. Come on. Rotate. Okay. 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 Now, because we've done that, now tell it to continue to eject because the conveyor belt was full. See what I mean about the sim? It's very accurate in a lot of places, for sure. For sure. That's okay. Now we've got some magic. Yeah. This, stick that there. Yeah, there's way again. Clear the conveyor belt. Let the buffer do its work. Same again, this one down. Clip it in there, so it's done. This box, the last one. Cool. So let's clip. Again, the glitch where you can cheese it a little bit if things get stuck. Yeah, that's left a whole skew, but because we've got 0.61 in self construction materials and 0.3. That's that bad boy. So that's all done. Let's go back up to the cockpit. Sit in the seat. And we are. Now, whilst we're here, stick that on. I'm gonna just quickly
News, because a share of £17.3 million must be won, and there are prizes every day. So join the 70% of postcodes across Great Britain that are already playing, and sign up your postcode before midnight tonight. Good things come knocking with People's Postcode Lottery. PPL manage lotteries on behalf of good causes. 18 plus conditions apply. Play responsibly. Not available in Northern Ireland.
There will be 14 minutes of extra time.
With Betfair's 90-minute payout, you don't have to wait for the final whistle to celebrate, because your winning bet will be paid out in full at 90 minutes. Betfair.
Applies to match odds 90 market or markets with the 90 icon. Sportsbook exclusive. Terms and conditions apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
And I am back. At least I hope I am. Let's see how things go. Back to gameplay. Yes, there we are. Hello. Okay, let's just double check the old classic server FPS and such. Fantastic, that's what we want. Can only mean we can check with the community note, the community channel chat gone. So, oh no, we've got 9. 54 people on this server. That's not too bad. That's not too shabby. That's about half of the player cap, plus or minus a few, depending on whether it's groups coming in and server resources allow. Depending on which server you log in on. I know each server is ever so slightly different. I'm pretty sure it's related to area as well. Like US server versus European servers. Oh, come on, calibrate. Oh no, it's calibrate. Systems online now. We can spool. There we go. We got closer. Fantastic. And now, you say you're off, but you're not really off, are you? So, yeah, let's see. Will you not let me get there? Okay, yeah. So, go! Okay, we'll go to this space station because it happens to be the closest. Don't think we have anything near the route. Yeah, cool. We'll use this station to refuel as well. I think. Fill up on the old quantum juice. It's pretty cool. Back to get into this, and we need to.
Thank you, and please visit again. Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Yeah. Sure that we just go past it, get through the gap, because way too fast with the stuff I need to do there. Turn off the quantum drive. Where is the bay? Is it assigned us to? This one over here. Oh, we are right on the front, are we? we're under it. Okay. Fantastic.
Landing gear down. Landing.
Soft landing.
Have a pleasant stay.
We'll turn off the engines and such. The ship just goes straight out the side. Can't go out the back because I've blocked the exit at the back door with all those boxes. Now the ones in the clippable grid, perfectly fine. The ones down the side, however, not. So we want to carry as much as possible, so it does block off the exit of getting out the ship at the back. This is for the lobby. We'll refuel on the way. Ooh, the glitch for the rendering there. Sometimes it does register these as still solid surfaces when that happens. Other times you can step off the lift and you'll just fall through where there's a hole. So it's something worth bearing in mind, keeping in mind rather, when it comes to getting in and out of lifts when you're loading into places. Sometimes, again, it's just habit. We're not going to be able to do it here because this is a refinery. Damn. Has this got a commodity shop? This might have a commodity shop. We don't want to be here though, we want to be at the Galleria. So although each of the stations are... There's a few different types of stations in construction, and they're all relatively similar. They generally tend to have the same components. Galleria, definitely always got hangars and habs. Usually they've got a Galleria floor, which is like your shops. Refinery is for mining and being able to use the refinery to refine what you've collected into better materials, and to sell them. And then the cargo space is more for salvage type stuff. That usually determines, from what I can understand, the commodities that are bought and sold when you're on the station. But by and large, they've tried to make each one slightly different in layout, both outside and inside. However, you will find that there are some patternistic repetitions to these models, so that even though they are different, when you visit one, you know roughly how to get around them. So the makeup and construction, or the structure, is relatively by and large same in most instances, so that you're not having to learn every single station to get around. However, you still get lost and have to remind yourself when you get there which direction to go to find certain components within each station. For example, this here, it says opening soon. This would be the commodity shop with a terminal outside. Not this. Oh, it is this one. Potentially that one. That is the justice screen. Excuse me. For getting rid of your crime stat. If you've done anything illegal. So that you don't get targeted. So I think in this one at least, I cannot sell my boxes I've done here. I don't think there is option to, be a shop to. Certainly isn't looking that way, that's for sure. Which is a little bit of a shame, because it does mean obviously that I've come here, landed. This is the grindy bit. I've come here to find out if I can sell my commodity of the salvage material. The answer is resounding no at the moment, which means I'm now just wasting time. Although it's not really time wasted, I suppose. I've now found out that sell it here. That's fine. It just means that we have to go somewhere else to sell those items to be able to make some money, basically. So what I shall do while I'm here, calculator does is allow you to check out the components for all of the ships in game. It's a third-party tool, but it does allow you to check out the components that can be fitted to any ship. So what I'm going to do is select the Vulture, and then I am going to see what I can actually put on this ship with regards to... Okay, so yeah, I can't change them, but weaponry. I'm going to change to see it. Can't change the shields on this. That's fine. Let's see, can we... Glacier military... Oh wow. 40. Really, I'm on an ultra cool. Breton shield. I think. Yeah, Breton shields. Quantum drive can I give? I can get the VK on it. Okay, so I'm going to buy one of these to speed up my ship. First thing I'm going to do is vehicle loadout. Can't do it yet because I haven't claimed it. Stuck it in ship claim, which I'm going to do now. Now hopefully that should keep the boxes on the ship as well. It may not. Soon see. Check that. No, so we haven't got that there. Cool, no problem. There's in the way of... Yeah, I didn't think it would be. Also, yes, each shop on the station has a... Oh no, this is the admin screen. So here's the Circle of Justice, or Office of Imperial Justice. This is where if you have a crime stat 1, pay fines and get out of being a criminal. This is where I want to be.
Morning.
So I should be able to select the Vulture.
Oh yes, you're looking for the cargo terminal?
There you go. I can't sell any of these here. They won't accept them. Okay. Means I have to go somewhere else. It's fine. I don't mind going somewhere else. Nice. Venture undersuit there, and back flex. So okay. What suits of armor do you have? Suits. Suits. Suits pretty same. But I like the TCS4. It's so one of the best in my opinion. The way of the guns, but a couple of different variations. So yeah, arms do we have? Okay, so we've got just the light variations of arms, but in different colours. Which again, all have different temperature ratings, damage reduction ratings, depending on the purchase. So it does matter. There we go. See the differences in styles. Again, the light, medium, heavies. Whether they are also liable to damage they can stand, and so forth. This will eventually be important to your survival. Hopefully. It's not right now. Yeah, okay. So, okay. You need to go to the ASOP screen that retrieves your ship and stores it for various locations. It's past security here.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
So let's store this here. Now, while it's stored, back into, or F1 back into here, we go to the vehicle loadout. We can now select the Vulture. Now, what I want to do, quantum drive, select this, save the change, and we've now equipped the VK00. Now just upgraded quantum drive to the fastest one in the game because it happens to be available here. What else did I want to check was here, the power plant. That's what else I wanted to check. Is that available here? No. No, that's dumpers depot at area 18. That's not a problem. How about the ultra flow? Crew L4. Okay. So, just a hop, a skip, and a jump that way. But first, we will go to area 18. Arc Core Planet. There. Not selected just yet. I shall. So this is another test to see when we retrieve the Vulture if boxes have stored. I fully expect the ones in the grids to still be in the back of the boat, but whether the ones that aren't flipped, if they've disappeared or not, will be a totally different kettle of fish. Pretty sure the last time I did this they were still in the back, because I came in, opened the back door, and the last time I salvaged, I previously they just tumbled out because I made the mistake of opening it, forgetting they were in there. I'm going to ignore it this time and just get into the ship. Now in, shut. Happens. Wait. John.
Hello and welcome aboard your Drake interplanetary craft. Your systems are online.
So now we'll just go downstairs and double check, just to make sure. Yes, they are. Fantastic. They are still here. Brilliant. What we'd like to see. Well, if that's the case, then what we shall do now is... into this. Gonna do. Yep, so we're still on. Cool. We're gonna make sure before we leave, so we can go places. We're gonna damage. Now the damage there was caused by me over thrusting, so slightly damaged the ship from thrusting too much. Causes structural damage, and eventually that'll be replaced with damage to the engines, damage to the shields, and then structural damage. Obviously being scaled and stuff as we speak, part of what's being tested in the EPTU version. Right, so we're going to go back down, go to our Arc Core, select area 18, set the route, spin set, Alt N, be able to open those big fat doors in front of us. Thank you, I love being cleared to launch. Pull the throttle down, off and away. Let's get rid of the landing gear by pressing N by itself. Alt C, put the cruise control on, press B, and we are now aiming for the Arc Core. There's the Arc Core, it's down below us. Cheers. Turn around and calibrate for that. All of this will now be happening much faster because I've just bought the system drive. Now we should be travelling a lot faster than we were before across the map, covering distance. Hope we are. Yeah, it's speeding up, bless her. Looks like it's much faster, but trust me, it is. And then we're gonna head to Crew L4 after selling this to go get the cool as well, so that this thing is juiced and it's got the best stuff on it. Man, that uses so much energy. Right, now we're here. Look how bright this planet is. The rotation in the game today of the orbits is pretty on point. Unfortunately, we're just in front of all the stuff with the sun today. Yeah, that team. Oak was 5-4. But the Mirage was pretty. Do the Mirage because it has the least amount of energy signature. This is the camera. Planetary QT, what we're currently doing. Causes in around 20k. Where's it pulled us? Right near the landing bays. Fantastic. That's what we will do. It's just above the old red. Cool. So let's get down there, shall we? Yes. Okay, see that one that's open? It's in that bottom corner. Let's get the landing gear.
Landing gear down.
Lights aren't very useful because of where they appear in this. Let's strafe this.
Warning, you are leaving a safe zone.
Even the safe zone, I'm in the safe zone.
You are leaving a safe zone.
Okay. No, it's already been granted because I'm already here. Beautiful. So, let's exit the ship. Now, I've been to most of the locations, main locations anyway. You're expected to trading in and out, so I already have a lot of stuff here, which is fun. Oh, I do want to take some of this back. Don't know. Let's take that. Let's move all the stuff over that can be moved over, which is just all of this ship stuff I can't really do much with, fortunately. I'd love to sell it all, but I think the reason I can't sell it is because it's original equipment off the ships that I have that have come here and then being upgraded. Because again, you can only buy certain components for the ships at certain places from certain stores, certain parts of the system. So it makes it you've got a plan. That's why everyone uses the Urkel calculator, and so you can plan where you want to be to upgrade your ship. However, it does stick all of the stuff in the local inventory, and so far I haven't been able to sell it back to any of the places.
To the
Components
ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
for the
Please visit us again.
for the ship. Done that too. But what we're going to do is we're going to check what we do. So we're going to check before we go and sell these boxes what can be seen and fitted to this out of that list, and so far nothing. Got those, and then the tractor, because it's handy to have a tractor beam on this thing. Yeah, we can't change salvage heads because they're locked. Okay, so that's set up. Yeah, so each of our main places, like Area 18, this place, main stations, I should say, with the spaceports, they are different from each other. Because these would be what you class as your main cities, main towns, main trading places, commodity places. They have their own various, they all have transport system, but the transport systems vary. This one is a tram. I believe Orison's is a shuttle station. New Babbage has a hyperloop, and Hurston has I think that's a train station. That one's up here. such a pretty game. Oh, it's so good. So very good. The only thing that lets down my stream, like it's tanking a little bit on the stream for the refresh. It's not tanking for me, but it's tanking for the stream. One, the quality of my internet connection to my router and out to the ISP is probably a little bit could be better. I know my router needs an upgrade, but where I live, it's not my router. I'm having to make do. Internet connection speed's okay, but I'd prefer to have a nice big chunky, like all massively powered fucking dual line, like a business line or something, to get the best bit rate there. I definitely need a new router of my own. I'd prefer to go Ethernet as well, as opposed to I'm doing this over wireless as well, which can present some issues. But I would very much like to get subscribed, be able to unlock the Discord Nitro features, so I can just stream straight out of my server to Twitch and to YouTube, and I need to go premium creator status on Twitch, on YouTube, so that I can unlock the FPS for streaming. Again, it'll all be forthcoming as we go. Anyway, here we are. Here we go. See, so I can now sell boxes, 4 of them at 54k. Damn. Sell that. Confirm. Yep. Very high inventory. Yes, I know. And then the construction materials. Need to go out of this place, because this is the place that will only accept certain types of commodities. This is the TDD, as it says, Trade Development Division. And then for the other materials, you have to go to the IO North Tower, whereby go to the commodity screens here. This is business. It should allow us to sell the construction material. Salvage and mine around Area 18 or Hurston. They're the only two places I've come across, and as I've been advised, that allow you to, in very short walking journey between the TDD and the business commodity centre, where you can get rid of the recycled materials and construction materials from salvage. Okay, so it makes it a very quick turnaround, rather than having to find somewhere that will refine your specific mined materials, commodities, where you have to find the refinery to then be able to refine that material into something that's sellable in the TDD or the business commodity center. This one, even though they've got similar screens, they're slightly different background colors. I can't remember if that's for building they're in, or whether it's to do with the ability of them being able to sell either the recycled material, construction material, or refinery stuff. So there are some differences. Again, the advice I've been given, I don't do mining at the moment. I have done it with SirFaldo on a couple of occasions in his ship, but I haven't fully seen or it had explained the ins and outs of what determines the best materials to mine, where the best places are to mine, because again, you'll notice on stream the commodity journal prices updated status bar come up, and that's basically telling us that the prices in game, because it's real economy, as players mine and sell materials and have you, it changes the demand in game in the economy across the system as the demand increases, falls, because more materials are becoming more sparse, more materials have been mined to make money, so they become more popular. And each place has its own cap in how many units per session can be traded and sold. So, for example, there's a stream from 2 nights ago, or a couple of videos ago, where I did salvage like this. I'd skewed up all my boxes on the ship. I'd come to trade them here, and I couldn't sell them because I'd done so with SirFaldo and his reclaimer. At least this is my theory. Done it with him in the reclaimer. He had refined his materials. He had sold them, transferred me my cut, but because I was still in the game session after he left, and then did a couple of hours. And then I couldn't sell what I had on board because they weren't accepting any more materials. So I was stuck for 10-12 hours, signing off, going to sleep. Had to wait the next day. There you go, commodity price for that. Economy's shifted, and okay. I had to wait the next day when I jumped back on to be able to come back to Area 18. I think I even tried to fly from here to Hurston to try and sell them. Hurston was the same. Hurston wasn't accepting the materials for me to sell because they'd reached the limit for sales of those boxes of that type. So I had to wait until we left the game session. Oh, excuse me. And allow the game to empty its skew allowance of those commodities before I could then come back in and sell those commodities. So again, it does get in depth. It really is something else.
Hello, and welcome to Riker Memorial Spaceport, servicing the greater Area 18 metropolitan area. We hope you have safe travels wherever your final destination.
Oh no, what am I doing? Here we go. This is where I'm starting to get a bit too casual because I am starting to lag a little bit. Or, well, I don't feel that I am, but clearly my brain concentration is because I can't click a button of the level that you're already at. I needed to get to the hangar. Noob error. Not paying attention. Too busy chatting. Yeah, it's... You can see, I will harp on about this game until the day I die. I can see this being an investment where I play this well into my 70s and 80s, you know, life allowing. So, game is definitely a full life game for me. I fully believe in it. So yeah, it's made a little bit of cash. Not a hell of a lot. What was it doing? I need to go to her L2. Herald. To B, so take Hurston. Let's have a look and see if we've got a Hurston salvage. If it's a tiny one, make go 3, through R1, 1, up 2, 5. Oh, look at that. Another Vanguard. Top plate is RL2. Let's go there. That will be to get at Platinum Bay the Mirage shields. It's the Ultra Flow plants at New Babbage. haven't been to New Babbage in a while, and I think I've got some stuff there. It's the Breton. Okay, yep, no, that's cool. VK to the Breton and the Ultra Flow. We can get a New Babbage. The Mirage. We need her L2. Okay, so we'll go to her L2. Oh, I appear to have turned the lights off. Do that in this game. It's on. Look at that. I've turned the lights on. Turn those lights on. Off. Can't open. Remove all the items that we can take. Cool. Indeed, enters the pilot seat. Music in this game is very engrossing as well. Don't have it that loud all the time, because obviously playing with people, you don't really want to have music in your ear. Fantastic. Got an email saying that my passed my unit in Unit 2 for the sources of information support legislation and guidance relevant to autism spectrum conditions, because I'm doing a level 2 understanding autism course, as my daughter is autistic. It's good news. There's no feedback on that one. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Good. Yeah, good, eh? Yes. Oh, it's nice when you end up putting in the work. And the section I've just done is obviously ridiculously crunchy. I mean, really intense. With regards to crunchiness. And yes, fantastic. Let's do that one. There's only a couple of questions that I answered that have had feedback, because there's not because there are points that I've missed per se, but just a couple of bits I needed to not focus on either, but additions to the things I did. It's really cool, because that just means that I have I'm smashing the course basically, which I'm really happy about, because it means I will be very qualified to become a music therapist with a focus on mental health, which is, it's not just to play games and open people's eyes to these things. I suffer with mental health issues as well. This is a form of therapy. This is a form of therapy that obviously I'm only just getting into, but it's something that I want to do as a way of connecting with people, you know, and networking with like-minded people, creatives, those who suffer as well, and what you may have had to have gone through to be able to support yourself, your experiences, and so on and so forth. So, just in that point, if you happen to watch these streams, this channel, and you do have some form of mental health issues that are diagnosed and such like, or you're wondering if you do have issues that aren't diagnosed, I will be able to, in some aspects, be able to have a conversation with you to help guide you, because I will be qualified to at least point you in the right direction, give you advice, talk you through things, and potentially, if I go for the level 4 after this and then the level 7, which is where I'm aiming to go, I will actually be qualified to the degree of a SEM practitioner in the UK, which will allow me to actually diagnose. Now, obviously, it won't be in a professional setting. I'll be able to diagnose in a non-professional setting, but at a professional level with professional qualifications that would equate to being able to diagnose you as if I was a doctor. Now, that's not to say that I would be a doctor, but what I would be pointing you towards when I qualify, obviously, in a year or two's time, will allow you to at least approach doctor, GP, avenues of support to follow up what my diagnosis would be, to actually have a formal piece of paper. So just putting it out there, that I'm not just a one-trick pony. I'm not just concentrating on one thing in life. I'm not just here to just play games, as much as the content that's going up at the moment is very game focused. There is a method to the madness. There is a reason for the things that I am doing. And I hope that the people who do come here and find these videos or watch these streams or get to these points of interest in the channel, that's the basis that you like, share, subscribe, follow me, add me, start chatting to me on the stream, and all the rest of it. To interact with or want to play, because we're all human at the end of the day. Again, treat those how you wish to be treated, you know, all that sort of thing. I just want to help people. I'm a helpful soul. I'm a good egg, as they would say. So I would very much like to facilitate that, being able to. Let me drink. I've just taken the one that's fucking empty. Oh, idiot. There you go. See, I'm trying to fucking drink from it. I've still got my helmet on, and because I've got a helmet on, you can't get to your mouth, so you can't drink it. You've got to take your helmet off to drink and eat. Which is what I'm going to do now. Oh yeah, there's an interesting tidbit. When you open the bottle and you click your click your action button, or in my case, left click on the mouse, I hold it to drink it all the way down. You can click to sip it, you can hold it till the bar gets to where you want and let go, so you're not having to waste part of your product. Up with waste, there are bins around, but there aren't any on this vessel, so we're not going to bother. Anyway, back to what we were doing. Back to what I was doing. So yeah, back to the mental health stuff. Yeah, I just hope to help people, give some people some insight, the things they can watch out for, the kind of help and assistance they can receive. You know, I may well be here in England, in the UK, and be ascribed to the laws and legislations and rules here. However, I do have access to the materials besides the ICD-10. I've got a copy of the DSM-5. I do keep up to date. Various things. I have interactions with like the friends that I have. Some of them have different conditions from each other, and to various degrees and intensities. You know, they're all forms of responses to either trauma, experiences in life, you know, the things that we have to deal with and stuff, learned behaviour, and so on and so forth. And it's all just part of the human experience of living, isn't it? So at the end of the day, it's not something to feel ashamed about. I have for numerous years been ashamed about my conditions, how I present with my symptoms and the effects that they have, the reaction and stuff to people and situations that have taken a while to get in. Reality. A lot of people who are neurotypical, ordinary people who take those kinds of skills and traits and stuff for granted, that they can live ordinary normal lives and will never experience the kind of things that someone with mental health does. You know, it's something normal people do take for granted, not having to suffer in certain ways, or not having to come up with inventive ways to get around certain problems. That is part of the reason people like myself suffer with these conditions, because they are extraordinary ways to deal with situations, with stimuli, with people, whether it's communication, whether it's social cues, whether it's, you know, self-image things, you know, or self-perceptions based on the around us. You know, everyone responds differently because everyone's an individual, unique person, but there are patterns of behaviour in humanity as a whole, and being a human being, that is discernible and measurable, quantifiable, that allow us to seek out those patterns of both positive and negative, right? And it's in our best interests to make sure that we are able to everyone should stand an equal chance of being able to have the best quality of life that they possibly can, without fear of reprisal, without fear of injustice, without fear of bias and prejudice, etc., etc. Doesn't necessarily mean, oh, a socialist leftist bullshit, you know, you woke bastard. No, everyone's entitled to their opinions and their beliefs. But what shouldn't happen is that people get sidelined for being different, or for doing things differently, you know? And we're losing that as a species. It's why we have so many problems on planet Earth. It's why we get distracted with things, or find things enjoyable, like gaming and stuff, because it's an escape from reality and those problems. Some people cope better with, and some people just don't. And again, that's my opinion, because some of that is inferred from my experience. So I have some bias in some areas. I'm not going to deny that, but that doesn't mean that I don't know what I'm on about, or that I can't put it aside and be able to approach things in a neutral manner when discussing this or exploring those things, you know, which again a lot of people don't seem to understand or take for granted, because they literally can't think in those terms. They don't have the equipment, the apparatus, the experiences to do so, which is where you get that chalk and cheese effect. Or politics or anything like that. So that's my 2 cents or 2 pence on the matter. So yeah, just bear that in mind, take that in consideration if you happen to find that segment in this stream at some point. If anyone watches these, you know, I'm here. I feel that my purpose, now that I've found a lot of direction, to make sure I can do something that doesn't just benefit me, but benefits others, in building community, communication, networking with like-minded people who have the same kind of ethos in morality and in how to approach things. We can all disagree and still get along. We can all have that discussion, those discourse, and want to do things differently from each other, but we can do it in a way that builds everyone up as a society and as human beings, rather than doing what we're doing now on a general whole, which is destroy each other and pick apart our neighbour. You know, it's not ideal. And again, the only way to make the changes is it's not going to happen for us if you don't do something yourself. You know? So sometimes you've got to make those decisions and make those changes for yourself, because it ain't going to just be handed to you on a plate. So what I feel what I can offer is the skills and abilities that I possess to be able to facilitate that in others, because it seems to be something that I'm pretty good at in general, or I like to believe so, I like to think so. It seems to be, you know, the feedback I get constructively from other people, whether it's those around me, or whether it's complete strangers. So that's where I stand. That's my stance there. I'm sure that'll get touched on again at a later time. Again, if you come across that section, if you do watch this stream and that's part of the video, at a later date or whatever, and you find this, please like, subscribe, share, follow, add me. You know, like, not just here as a streamer or as a gamer. I'm here as a human being who genuinely gives a shit, who genuinely cares what people have to say. And if I can help you with any form of advice, whatever, I'll do my very best. So yeah, don't be afraid to come seek us out. That's what my hope is for with the media company that I'm building, even though obviously there's going to be facets that are focused in guy, an open dude. So I hope that makes me relatable. I hope that makes me more cup of tea, and I hope it gives people a reason to come and join, you know, and come sit and watch and support myself, you know. So who doesn't like doing good things? Who doesn't like getting something out of it for themselves? And that's not necessarily money. It's like, it can be something as simple as just feeling good about yourself, that you've done a good thing because you've been nice to someone. Easy to be. Don't take a lot to be a good person, you know. Not that hard. People like to make it hard. That's again part of the problem. Why make things hard for yourself or for others? It doesn't do anything but makes shit difficult and put shit in the way that nobody needs. Yet we sit here and complain about it. Part of the reason I don't like the toxicity that surrounds things like favorite games and stuff. Like, it's ridiculous the amount of comments are so unbelievably toxic towards each other. Like, you share a common interest in a game that you like, and yet you're still toxic towards each other and viewpoints on it, or the people that made the fucking game. Like, come on, what the hell are you doing? Why are you doing those things? Like, that just serves to piss you off even more, because you're reminding yourself of the negatives all the time by being negative. That's how easy it is to fall into that trap. If you're negative, you're and it's just not necessary have positivity all the time and be constructive positively. I don't see why we would do anything otherwise. Because the negative is pointless. It's like, well, why? Something I've never understood. Maybe that's part of the autistic traits in me, is the lack of understanding for the negative. Why would you want to hurt someone and be negative towards them for no fucking reason? And there's a lot of the time there is no justifying the negative, like, behavior towards someone or the negative comment towards someone and all that sort of jazz. Like, what? Why would you? Right? It doesn't serve any purpose. It's ridiculous. Oh dear, yawning again. Must need monster. Monster. Oh, am I too close? Yeah, I'm too close now. Oh. Go to the faithful dream station. See if we can get these bits. Cause suggesting that I get. Yeah, I know I'm going up. I now need to slam on the brakes and.
That request has already been granted.
Has it now? If it has, where's the ability to land, huh? You haven't given it to me.
Please proceed to assign
There we
landing
go.
bay. That request has already been granted.
Well, it has now, but you said that it had, and there wasn't anything there, so suck an egg. Get landed at this place.
Landing gear down.
Landing
Go.
complete. Have a pleasant stay.
I'm sure it will be short and sweet. I should think it's going to be short and sweet, that's for sure. Lovely. Let's go get the bits for the ship from here. I want to get, because apparently the place has them. Just double check what they are. We'll go back. That one. Let's open that, just get into the lobby for a second. To go to view. Yeah, I submitted it. This one, this module. Okay, because that gives me my answers, and I can show you my neurodiversity champion, what I've done. Good. Now that can be. Oh, let's close that. That can be closed. DPS for Urkel. Though the DPS on this mining ship isn't going to change because I'm not outfitting any guns or weaponry. I believe I've already taken the expected salvage heads and stuff, because they are locked. I physically can't take them off. Which, okay, fine. Oh, but I can change the bulldog, huh? are you? Bulldog is a... Bulldog's a laser repeater, isn't it? What do I do? The NDB makes it go up, so that's good news. Only goes up to 184. What about the attrition? Oh, we'll have the attrition on it, I think. Make the attrition there. Regulars. That help? No. Help with the DPS. Okay, so the DPS on that doesn't help. So we'll just go for the we had the laser. Down to the bulldog for protection. 309. So okay, we'll go for the attrition one. Laser repeater, where can we get that? That is at Roville. Okay. But first we are going to go and get that was it, the ultra flow. 304, was it the shield? Shield, was it? Personal 2, Platinum Bay. That's a good point. I am at level 2 now. Playful Dream Station. We need to find Platinum Bay here. Oh. Or we do.
Welcome to the
While we're
ASOP
here
vehicle retrieval
to
system.
store it.
Please visit us again.
I think I've been here before. No, I haven't. Lie. Never mind. Towards the elevator. There's the elevator. Yeah. Winery. That's fine. We can deal with that. Platinum Bay at the bottom. Covalex. Don't want Covalex. Platinum Bay should be upstairs. It's not, it's going to be around a corner somewhere. Boom. Down here. Right, which would only mean that it is downstairs, unless it's over that section there. It's only got very small weapons. What was after? No, what was after? Shields. Okay, so that's just for weapons. Oh, it's literally round the corner. Oh, idiot. Have a noob moment. Super tool.
Yeah.
isn't in there. Hey, do those.
If you need something, use the terminal. That's what it's there for.
What I'm doing, dude. Very much for telling me that. Love it. Sometimes the NPCs in this can be a little bit condescending. Yeah, Zoe's online.
That's pretty much everything we got. Hey, welcome to...
Hey yourself. You. Right, now we can put the ascension. Is power plant fortitude. Oh yeah, we'll be going for the Breton. Breton is at Amiga Pro.
Enough, huh?
Oh, we'll go to New Babbage. I haven't been back there in a while. Let's see how we're doing there.
Can't get enough, huh?
Read that. Let's see, it's
Oh, you again.
on 9 there, that's for sure. Just briefly. Stick it back. Just gonna double check.
BBC iPlayer.
Report your station.
Okay, let's do this.
Get my little race head on.
Please stand behind the yellow line.
We will be stopping at every station.
Come on, Mum, come on.
Let's go. Just push it through.
Go, go, go.
Race across the world. On BBC iPlayer.
In People's Postcode Lottery's May draws, your ordinary postcode could deliver some rather extraordinary news. Because a share of £17.3 million must be won. And there are prizes every day. So join the 70% of postcodes across Great Britain that are already playing. And sign up your postcode before midnight tonight. Good things come knocking with People's Postcode Lottery. PPL manage lotteries on behalf of good causes. 18 plus conditions apply. Play responsibly, not available in Northern Ireland.
What I'm going to do is go and salvage this ship. I think. Okay, salvage that. Where is it on the? Oh, it's on the other side of the asteroid field. Okay, distance.
We just got a few new items.
There, right, those items. Yeah, the bulwarks and there. Boom. Now I've got some less energy outputting shields because they're stealth. Excuse me. Burping at you. Yeah. So let's see. We got the ship upgrade. We'll pull the Vulture out.
To the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
This one.
Your vehicle has been
Hangar 4. Beautiful. It's Hangar 4. Duh. I'm gonna try and do this as quick as I can and get another 3-hour-ish sort of session in. And up to the 3-hour mark. Tab. Yeah, cool. Starting a tank myself, yeah. I think this will be the last thing that I do tonight, chat. So I may not be as talkative now because we've come to the end of this stream and the things that I want to do. The things that I'm showing at least on this particular run through. You know, no issues, like. Now we're going to repair the ship. Do that, so get hydrogen and the quantum fuel refueled. Processing, and done. Cool, lovely stuff. Right, so that's on. Landing is indeed complete. Yes. Oh. So. Cruise control engaged. Filter down to F7. Slam F7. This triangle goes. If you press F6, it goes to the bottom corner for the power of your ship. If you press F5, it goes to the weapons. Yeah, put it power consumption to there, and then I'm just sticking it back to the middle of the ship. So, like that. So put it to the shields. Down. Let's see. Okay. Filtered down. There we go, because I hadn't engaged them. Turned them off accidentally. Average claim is closer than I thought. Shit. Reduce the speed, reduce the speed, reduce the speed. going too fast. We're going to shoot past. Okay. At least we are miles out of the way for it. At least. Down. That's it. 500 meters. Running nice and slow. Mining stuff out. Yeah. 100 meters. There's our claim. That's our quarry. What we did last time. We'll get. We'll do belly side first. Let's get. Obviously, the trick to salvaging or mining is to be far enough away that you can cover the entire object, so you don't have to spend as much time doing the nitty gritty. Obviously, if you're up nice and close, you'll get more in the way of the resolution, I guess, of the scrape or the mine. So let's write that in there. Let's power up. Gonna off. Bounce around the abrade. Engage both of those, and off we go. Do the old gimbal. Let's just center ourselves for a start. I'm gonna rotation lock. Go back to the 80 odd meters we were. Right. Then we're going to gimbal up. It clicks. Just increase the spread a little bit of both of these parts. As you can see, I'm now leaving a bit of change in the middle, but we're covering a little bit more area for the speed that we're going. Fine by me. Oh shit, but let's melt you down. I'm pretty certain that on most of this side, salvage rights bar in the top appears to agree, considering we've got nearly 2/3 of this thing salvaged. We've only done this one underneath side, but it does suggest that we aren't going to have much to salvage on the top side of the boat. Keep calling them boats, they are ships, but you know, ship, boat, space, sea, kind of interchangeable I suppose. Both incredible vastness of spaces or areas that are so unbelievably undiscovered, percentile wise compared to their active content, considering the space, the area that they take up anyway. So a lot of comparisons to the sea and space in most respects. Both equally as dangerous as each other, but for different reasons. Cool. Right. Now we're going to step out of gimbal and rotate some of these old angles on the side. A little closer, make sure we're within that 80. There we go. Gimbal shift. Nearly fully salvaged this thing. Oh, these vanguards are quick salvageable. I have to make a mental note that the Vulture can salvage a vanguard entirely by itself in one run. Good news to me, because I own one of these ships. I think, considering the ship size and the components, excuse me, the ships I currently own, those that are interested, that have seen the 8-up screen at the start of this stream, or during this stream, I think they are the ships that this Vulture can salvage entirely by itself in one run. So they're definitely ships that are worth doing in salvage to earn some cash. That's good news. Shift gimbal to the top of this thing. There you go, complete. I mean, these there's not a lot to salvage on this one because of the way that it's ended up being decommissioned or whatever. I didn't properly read the scoop regarding the way in which it's ended up in this state that's salvageable. But that tearing through the hull, going through the skin plating of the hull, it's fine. They would say, oh, it happened so fast. Yeah, whatever happened to this thing probably did. I mean, it looks like it'd been in a battle, in need of being removed from this space, so that there's no space debris in this area. Oh, excuse me. Yawning in your faces now. First it's coughing, then it's burping, and now it's yawning. I'm just going through the emotions with bodily functions. And there we are, we've hit 5 minutes past the 3-hour mark. So, that's good. This salvage and get the thing boxed up, ready to go, be fractured. One area I didn't do was close and personal, getting these kind of sides, the behind view side, because there are potentially areas that have been missed. Then again, there maybe isn't, the way that it's been scraped. Cool, so I think that, ladies and gents, I think that is this ship done. From what I can envisage currently happening. Let's do the outer shell. Good news, really, on our part. So we've got to stop that. Lock ourselves into place. Shall go up to the fracture. We've got 11 SKU, 13. Okay, so we are going to go downstairs. I wonder why I couldn't see out properly. Okay, and we get to eject. Do the same as we did before. Out, stack. sure that these are clipped first before shoving shit down the side. Seems to be the consensus. Yep. Got a split. Way. And we will be ready to fracture. It's just a click. Make sure that we are locked so we can't rotate. That's in any trouble. Oh. Closer, this one's going to go quicker. And we shall fracture. Distance for that one is right there. Get to here. Oh, cool. Let's get the rotation off. Yes. And there's how far away? Okay. That one we need to do after we've done the boxes. What do we need? 4. Do 4 boxes out. Take this, and we'll do the rest of the boxes before we leave. And then I shall be making it to station, selling, and then logging off. I think. Okay. Hopefully we can do this quite quick. To practice. Just what we want. It's a bit. So it should straight out. Anyway, stuck. Here we go. Getting a little bit janky. Okay. Yeah, that's because this is starting to. I mean, it's going to get pop was there. Yep. Give me one more. Boxes hasn't, so that's that. Go up and finish job. Nearly there. finished. Yep. Oh. Got any other bits and pieces? There. Any more for any more? Oh. Yep, nice. And get these racks. I think these racks are dead. I don't think there are any more pieces that I can see. I think that's it. So let's switch that out. Go back to these two. And so we switch them off. Need them now. Do that and go back to here. Firing them off. Go down. Set them here. Second. So we will be better going to hardcore. Skyscraper, we got area 80. What's happening? We are facing in the right direction. Actually, no, we will go back to the station. Will we though? No, we don't need to. Go back to the station. Oh, area 18, sorry. What's happening? Very quickly. Right. 6 boxes. Hopefully we've got enough time to do that before we crash and burn. Three, 4, 5, one in the machine. Good-o. Lost 1 box. It's fine. 1 box is okay. I can cope with the 1 box loss. Come on. Nothing there. Come on. Silly. I think there is. Yeah. Gives us the 1. That. Get up here. Hopefully we'll be much closer on the QT. Far off, I don't think. Be about 4 to 6 million kilometers out, I should think. Oh, we're still at 11. Yeah. Quite some distance still.
Quantum fuel is at 50%.
50%. So get that down there. 10. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Successful mission of salvage. That's 2 more done. Oh, definitely getting into the end of days. It's this stream at the end of the day.
Quantum fuel is at 25%.
Good, because my phone's about to die. So that makes sense. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm sure, like I said before, once I get subscribed in from one program, the chat will be integrated in one place, so it won't matter where you are, you'll be able to chat to me on the game. Hopefully as well, I will have persistent files across all platforms, so I won't have to manually upload things or save copies to my computer. It'll all be online, and hopefully that will happen in the near future as well. Hoping to customize some graphics, but I kind of like the simple layout that Twitch Studio provides. It is, so we'll see. But yeah, for now, for the gaming content, it will be Star Citizen. There are other games that I want to get up and running and play and start scheduling. But for now, just to let you know before signing off, finishing off for the evening, that yeah, it's going to be pretty much Star Citizen all the way, baby. And music. Doing my music as a guitarist and as a composer and producer, etc. So don't be surprised if when I do get around to scheduling, because I am only a one-man team at the moment. That could change, don't get me wrong. I am going to say that a lot of my content is going to be Star Citizen. Sure. So I hope you guys are fine with that. I hope you like, share, follow, subscribe, go check out the other channels. Oh, excuse me. Go check out where I'm at, what I'm doing. Will indeed be much appreciated by far. Quick. Just a little bit better. Now I can see myself. Alright, turn that off. How is the landing? I think it's over yonder. Right, that's the refinery shit. There he is. Yeah. Yeah, cool, whatever. Nothing like trying to maximise the chance of landing. It is looking for the big red spaceport here, and as you can see, it can be quite difficult to find sometimes in amongst all of this city furniture. That's okay, it's fine. Part of the challenge. Can be frustrating though, when you just want to crack on and can't because you're struggling to find where you need to be. That's slightly bumpy. Oh. Shit happens. Ship. Cool. Done. Beautiful. Go do this. Maybe an hour and a half stream, that's fine. We're at what? 2.36 mil. So I think the two salvages tonight, the money spent in travel, repairs, and then the upgrades to this ship. Pretty sure I started about 2.44 mil, if memory serves correctly. Which isn't too bad for a solo mish. I've managed to upgrade the two shield components, the drive for the fastest drive in the game, for this size ship anyway. And I've managed to maintain the solo nature of my survival, which is good. Excuse me, sneezing all over myself. But yes, I've managed to basically survive and afford my own support for the evening for what I've spent, which is always a positive. That's the aim, to break even or make profit. Tonight was a break even evening, so not bad haul. Oh, but yeah, definitely starting to feel it now. Tonight's been not a bad stream either, apart from a couple of the technical issues, and you know, I've still got to sort out the alt tab stuff from my desktop and the screens. However, I'm loving the Twitch studio for processing stuff. I'll be using this to stream things, which means I can free up my OBS build for creating music videos, which earlier on I was going to actually do today, before lunchtime here in the UK, and I found that the profiles that I'd built, I think because I'd modified for streaming, now don't work for Ableton and my DAW for making videos with my studio quality, attaching my guitars through my rig and all the rest of it, so that I'm not having to overlay or overdub what the record video wise with the studio sound and having to match up frames and stuff. So yeah, that's a little annoying that I've broken my OBS profile for that particular input-output. So I think OBS I'm going to concentrate for the music side of things, and I'm going to use the Twitch Studio program to stream, live stream at the very least. So now that I know that, like I said, that we get more seamless transitions, just an overall more professional, happier look. As if I'm building a media company, then that shit best be slick, right? At least in my view, it should be as portfolio presentable as possible. Right now, like I say, you're catching me if you're watching this, and liking, following, sharing, subscribing. You're catching this at the very beginnings of infancy. Me doing it. So well done you for catching the bandwagon to begin with at the start of the channel. Much appreciate it. Great if they like, share, subscribe, follow my stuff, find me on the socials that again are all on the channel. Links are provided and aptly enabled. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the direction I'm going in. I hope you are too. I hope that the content I produce and the content I've selected to put out there is to everyone's tastes. I hope everyone decides to start getting in touch and chatting to me, because I can respond to chats now. Yeah, it'd be great to build a little community and sharing the things that we all love, you know. I hope that it appeals. I hope moving forward you keep joining me. Schedules will be going up. I will say, schedule wise though, I am likely to be doing this pretty much every evening. If you don't see me streaming live, it's because I'm taking a break on that particular day, or I might be out busy doing a job. Subject to change because of being a freelance musician, or having appointments and meetings to go to in regards to grant funding or business seminars, etc., or potentially doing coursework for assessments. But yes, that's where I stand. I'm sure I'll end up doing like introduction videos and the like. But as of today, this is where we are, finishing off the arcade team. And with that, I will bid you adieu. So I'm Crunk7up. This is my channel. This was Star Citizen Live. Content, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.
BBC iPlayer.
Report your station.
Okay, let's do this.
Get my little race head on.
Please stand behind the yellow line.
We will be stopping at every station.
Come on, Mum, come on.
Let's go. Just push it through.
Go, go, go!
Race Across the World is back.
Because I'll tell you now, there's no way I'm not going to give up.
5 intrepid duos travel from Japan to Indonesia.
I think we will win. War. Confident.
Brand new Race Across the World. Watch on BBC iPlayer.
At the Happy Egg Co., our girls always come first, so we give them lots of room to roam and play, plus a nutritious diet rich in vitamin D. Happy Henley tasty eggs.
Learning to drive and want some extra practice? With pay-as-you-go car insurance from Vago, you can insure yourself in someone else's car for an hour, day or week, so they can help you learn with no risk to their no claims. For a quote from just £2 a day, search Vago. V-E-Y-G-O. Vago is part of the Admiral Group. For terms and eligibility criteria, see vago.com. Daily price based on the 15th percentile of 82,666 policies.